obviously we started the Masterclass program around 2 years ago, and it's our most intensive program we do. It's an intense one-to-one course. And the idea behind it was to put all of our experience, 15 years of the label, everything we can into these students and into this course in a real kind of intensive one-on-one mentoring process. And obviously, the first person we thought of teaching it was yourself, with your experience and obviously, you know, your long-standing relationship with the label.
Well, firstly, thank you for thinking of me. It was an absolute honour to be asked to do it. But you know, I can sort of understand why you came to me in some respects, because I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to that. And also, yeah, you've got to be a nerd. Yeah, I am the guy that sits and reads, you know, Sound on Sound and Future Music every night, like in bed. So, and also as well, I've done quite a bit of teaching in the past as well, and it's one of those things that I found myself really good at. Weirdly, didn't set out to be, but ended up doing it and sort of really enjoying it, and really enjoying passing on my knowledge to people. And also as well, when you came and Toolroom sort of asked me to do it, for something to be so focused around house and tech, which is something I've been involved in for the last 30 years of my life, you know, it sort of combined everything that I was really passionate about. You know, the fact that I was really good at teaching, the fact that I've sort of done quite a few video masterclasses myself, the fact that I was, you know, heavy influenced by Toolroom and worked with you guys for so long. It all made so much sense to me, and I thought, yeah, this is a brilliant idea, and that's what we've been doing now for the last 2 years.
So our ethos of the Masterclass program is very intense, it's very detailed, and it's very granular. You know, I've had past experience myself at production schools years ago, and I found that it just didn't go into the detail that I really needed to go into, and especially into specific sounds, into what we're known for. You know, Toolroom is a very, very successful tech house and house label. And as you know, the artists and students that come to us, that want to learn to us, they want to know how to make this sound, you know, how to get that specific. And I think that's where we're different, and that's where this course is really, really special.
Yeah.
The fact we go so granular and detailed into this specific sound, you know. I don't think there's many other courses out there where students can get such a high level focusing on a specific sound and genre.
Exactly. It's so focused and so contextual that, you know, we're working on stuff that is getting A&R'd all throughout the process. So if it's not quite right, you know, if it's not quite right for Toolroom, it gets nipped in the bud, and then it's made to be right for Toolroom. It's so focused on a specific sound with you know, a possibility of actually getting released at the end of it as well.
Yeah, totally.
That it's so kind of all brought in under this Toolroom umbrella, that it's, you know, there's nothing else out there that I can think of.
It goes so detailed from the point of sound choice, that very beginning, like you say, which is kind of from your side of things, and then coming to me with such a detailed, granular A&R.
Yeah.
We're really looking closely at every step what they're doing, and every step of the way to make sure they're on that right path. Because as well, unlike other courses, it's not just about sitting there and learning how to use that DAW or how to perhaps work a certain bass sound, you know. When people start the Masterclass course with us, it's about actually joining the family, becoming part of Toolroom. You know, there's lifelong connections being made there, and these people, we're friends with them. We're still friends with them, and we work with them. And of course, we've had some amazing success stories. We've had students signed to the label, to Toolroom, not only Toolroom, signed to their other target labels that we've helped them, you know, get to. Artists like Tanova, Tom, who's a great student, and he worked really, really hard through the course. Not only was he signed by Toolroom, he's also been signed by other target labels, El Row, Incorrect, just to name a couple. Have had tracks being played by people like Pete Tong on Radio 1. An artist like Maxine Garman, who's come through the academy, she's now been signed by an agent, so she's getting international gigs and tours. So, you know, we've got some real success stories. These guys are actually coming out of this course, and they're ready to be signed.
Yeah.
You know, they're ready to go on to that next step. And they're starting a career. They're now starting their career in music, because I think as well, something they'll plug into with us, it's not just about that classroom experience and learning. They soak in what we've learned, 15 years of experience in the industry.
Absolutely.
You know, we often give them advice and our expertise and everything that we've been through. You know? And we've been through a lot. You've been through a lot.
Yeah. We have been through a lot. I've got to say, one of my proudest moments was watching a video of Claptone playing a track that Tonova had produced in the Printworks in front of however many thousands of people.
Yeah, amazing.
Just gave me goosebumps to see that. Totally. This is the track that we all worked on together.
Totally.
And then to finally see the fruition of it being played in front of an audience and everybody going off to it.
Yeah, totally.
How much better could you get?
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Amazing,
and seeing him smile playing at one of our events.
Yeah.
You know, these guys have come through and played at some of our big London events and Toolroom events, and seeing them play and enjoy and become part of the family as well, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
It's very unique. Yeah, there's nothing else like it.
So obviously we've now revamped the masterclass curriculum. 2 years experience.
Yep.
We've taken a lot of that in. And we've made it a lot tighter. It's it's very advanced, it's very technical, but of course always working alongside with the A&R feedback. It's now 18 weeks long, and students get their time split between time in the studio with you and time in the studio with me on A&R. Of course, there is the option to do it online one-to-one now, which we didn't have before. This is doable with the kind of software we're using now. Still pretty much the same as being inside the studio with you anyway. Just won't be able to have a cup of tea together. But yeah, it's really tightened up now. You know, we're still doing the same structure. So we're working with them from the very, very beginning, aren't we?
Yes.
We're exploring exactly where they want to start. What are the roots of their sound? Where do they want to go? Because you know, the curriculum, as much as it's structured and we follow what we're doing each week, it can maneuver and shift a little bit, and it depends on the artist's taste. You know, what direction within the tech house umbrella are they going? But pretty much fundamentally, we're starting at the very beginning, finding the roots of where they want to go, and we're building a track with them every week, right to the end, aren't we? Right through every single stage, from picking the drums right through to the all-important mix down. You know, it's all about doing that. But
in big detail as well.
It's very, very big detailed. I mean, you go into real kind of granular, advanced technical production stuff. This is when the real geek side comes out. You know, and these guys are going to learn stuff some techniques that they've never knew before, and it's going to really finesse some stuff and pull them out some bad habits. Because I think we found a lot of the students that have been producing for quite a few years, you know, intermediate, advanced, they pick up certain techniques and pick up certain ways, and it's about evaluating where they've been, what they've done, and just showing them a much cleaner, clearer, structured way. You know,
absolutely, giving them an actual systematic approach to making music, rather than it being just ad hoc. I'm going to take this from there, throw this in there. I'm going to start with this. I might have got a vocal sample. I'm going to do that. We're going to start from the very beginning of the actual making the template, right through to them putting the drums together, starting with the kick drum, systematic approach, bass line, melodies, hooks, all of this, and hopefully at the end of it, well, not hopefully, they will at the end of it have a focused approach to making a track from start to finish. Which they can follow.
It needs to be methodical, you know. Like you say, I think a lot of producers out there, they just throw things together. The one thing we really focus on is a reason why. You've got to think why. Everything from that very choice, that choice you're making on your kick drum can determine everything else. And a lot of them don't realise that. You know?
They don't realise it, and it's only through many, many years, 30 years in my my example of making music, that you start to realise that there is a definite approach to making music. And if you it took me 30 years to get this method, and now I want to show this method to other people, which saves me a lot of time. I can make a track from start to finish in a day, from start to finish, and that's because I have all of these methods in my approach from start to finish. And this is what I'm going to teach people. How to do it.
Yeah, totally. And as I say, it's now it's an 18-week program. So their weeks are split. They spend time in the studio with you 1 week, and then the following week they come here, Toolroom HQ, spend time in the studio here, and we assess what they're doing from an A&R point of view, kind of really get in there granularly and discuss what they're doing, and really so they understand the choices they're making can determine the outcome of that record, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, as not only are we making the track from start to finish together, they get the chance to work on their own tracks. So it's about midway, I think, about midpoint through the course, they start working on some stuff as well on their own. So they start, if they're working hard, they can develop 2 or 3 other tracks as well, which will continue to A&R and give them feedback as well.
Exactly, and this is the thing, they've got to be, it's about how much time and effort they want to put into it. If they're serious they can have potentially 3 or 4 tracks at the end of this course.
Yeah, totally. Which are going to be finished to a very, very high standard.
Very high
professional
standard
level.
Yeah, not just taught by myself, not just my experience, but also your experience, Toolroom experience. You know, there's a lot of people involved in this actual course and putting the notes together and the curriculum together. It's a lot of people's experience, and there's a lot of success, you know, around the whole Toolroom family, and that's going to be passed on to these students.
Totally. They take it on board. I mean, proof is in the pudding with the students we've had already, you know, and we've had some amazing success stories. They've come out the other side and they've been signed to Toolroom, and they're part of the family now.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way it can be. But some of these students, it's about realising the artistic journey they want to go on as well.
Yeah.
You know, we're here to help them grow and develop as artists as well. You know, it's not just about saying, this is exactly how you make a Toolroom track, or this is how you can make a track like Mark Knight, or this is how you can make a track like Vice. It's not about that. You know, we want these guys to become artists, realise their sound, but it's about producing that in a Toolroom way, you know, that could fit on the label. But as we said, we've had some artists that have released on other labels as well. It's about them finishing this course and being ready to be signed, you know, being at that level. It's a professional sounding track, which they 100% will get working with you in the studio.
So what do we say to people that want to do this course?
People that are thinking about doing this course, you know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is for people who are really serious about their music production.
Absolutely, yeah.
They want a career in music, and ultimately they want to be label ready. They're going to come out of this course with the skills and knowledge to be able to produce tracks that can go to labels and really prick an A&R's ears up. You know, people because we all know what it's like, you know, record labels, ourselves at Toolroom, they receive hundreds, if not thousands of demos. You want to stand out. You've got to stand out from the others and have some tracks that are not only professionally sounding, but have great ideas, great hooks. And as I say, they're label ready. The A&Rs are they want to be able to go, oh my God, that sounds really good. And they're going to sit down and take note.
Yeah.
And I think that comes by being taught from someone like yourself. You know, you've got 30 years experience in this, Dean, and you are an absolute master at production in the studio. You're behind, it goes without saying, mate, you're behind some of the most successful club records out there, even going back to some of your history within things that have been in the charts. You know, you've got a lot of experience, and for that to be passed on these students, I think that's invaluable, and that's a very special experience for them.
Well, thank you. But not only that, working with yourself, you know, for A&R, you yourself have had some amazing success stories within Toolroom. You know, some of the records that you've brought through, some of the artists that you've developed, some of the, you know, you've managed some artists, and some of the records that you broke. You've got a massive history in Toolroom, and also in A&R. So the opportunity to actually sit with yourself and you pass on that experience and that knowledge to them, as well as being taught by me, is just a real two-pronged attack, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, I think when you put that combination together, the formula is pretty special. And I think there's not a lot of production courses out there where you can get that combination of such detailed production skills, you know, being taught to you alongside that A&R feedback. So, you know, I think, what do we say? We say get involved, because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you're going to end up a label-ready artist.
Absolutely, yeah, with so much knowledge that you won't be able to fail.
You can do it, baby. You can do it, baby. You can do it, baby.